Hello, crypto friends. Today we are going to talk about a topic that worries everyone who has ever held more than a couple of $100 in Bitcoin or Ethereum in their wallet. Imagine, you wake up in the morning, check the rate, and instead of a calm trade or HODL, you are faced with either a tax audit or a call from the authorities demanding you surrender your keys, or even worse, a complete ban on any crypto operations. That is exactly what today's big episode is about. We will break down the top 5 worst countries for a crypto person in 2026, those places where regulation suffocates and the safety of your assets hangs by a thread. And then we will move on to the 5 best jurisdictions where crypto is not just allowed, but protected, profitable, and even encouraged at the state level. Let's start with the worst. The first country I will name as the most dangerous for a crypto person in 2026 is China. Yes, the very same China that was once the mining capital of the world. Today, a complete, total ban on any cryptocurrency activity is in effect there. In February 2026, the People's Bank of China, together with 7 other regulators, issued a new clarification that not only confirms the 2021 ban, but expands it even further. Now it is forbidden not only to trade, mine, and conduct ICOs, but also to issue any stablecoins pegged to the yuan without permission from the authorities, and even to tokenize real assets if they are linked to Chinese onshore assets. If you are a foreigner and offer crypto services to Chinese people, that is also banned. Any transaction is considered illegal, and the authorities actively block VPNs, track P2P operations, and even punish people for owning wallets. Why is this so bad for security? First, total surveillance. The Chinese social credit system and state hackers work at full capacity. If you are a hodler, your on-chain transactions are easily tracked, and at any moment your assets can be confiscated through the courts or your accounts can simply be blocked. Second, the risk of criminal prosecution. Trading can get you a real prison term, especially with large amounts. Third, cybersecurity is at zero. State agents themselves engage in hacking, as we have seen with North Korean thefts, but in China, this is also an internal matter. If you live there and hold crypto, you are constantly in a risk zone. Many Chinese crypto people have long since moved to Singapore or Dubai because there is simply no future there. The regulation here is not just strict, it is hostile. This is a country where crypto is not freedom, but a constant headache and the risk of losing everything overnight. Moving on to the second worst jurisdiction, India. Here crypto is formally legal, but regulation and taxes make it poison for any serious crypto person. In 2026, the same 30% flat tax on all crypto profits is in effect, without deducting losses, without any benefits. Plus 1% TDS, a tax that is automatically withheld from every transaction on exchanges. From April 2026, reporting requirements have also been tightened. Now crypto assets are included in financial reporting, and the authorities exchange data between jurisdictions to catch evaders. The central bank constantly warns about risks, and financial intelligence demands stricter KYC on exchanges to combat money laundering. Why does this hurt so much? Imagine, you bought Bitcoin for $1,000, it grew to $10,000, and the state takes $3,000 just like that without taking inflation or expenses into account. Exchanges are forced to report everything, and if you are a big hodler, you are easily noticed. The country has a crazy level of adoption among the population, but for a serious investor, this is a trap. Taxes eat up the profit, regulation is unpredictable, and there is almost no asset protection. If you plan to live there or run a business, think twice, because your savings can simply melt in the hands of the state. The third country in our anti-rating is Algeria. Here, everything is simple and harsh, a complete ban. Law number 25-10 directly criminalizes the possession, use, purchase, sale, mining, and even promotion of digital assets. No exceptions, no buts. The authorities consider crypto a threat to financial stability and national security. If you are caught making a transaction, there is a real risk of criminal liability. Security at zero. There is no legal way to work with crypto, so people go underground, and in the underground there are always scammers, hackers, and state agents waiting. Fourth, Egypt. A similar story, but with a religious flavor. Crypto is completely banned for banks, financial institutions, and citizens. Fatwas consider it haram, forbidden, due to its speculative nature. The authorities actively block exchanges, track transactions, and punish participation. In 2026, nothing has changed for the better. On the contrary, control has tightened due to the fight against terrorism and money laundering. For security, this means your assets can be confiscated at any moment if you try to withdraw funds through the local system. There are no rights for the hodler, no infrastructure. Many Egyptian crypto people work through VPNs and foreign wallets, but it is always at their own risk. Regulation here is hostile and security is an illusion. And the fifth worst, the country of aggressor, Russia. Here in 2026, the situation is especially insidious. From July, the authorities launched a new regulatory framework. They legalized crypto, but only through licensed platforms with strict limits. An ordinary investor without qualified status can buy a maximum of 300,000 rubles, approximately $3,700 per year, and only after passing a risk test. Cash into crypto is banned, foreign exchanges are blocked, and all operations go through state control, plus mandatory reporting of large transactions. Why is this bad? Because the state uses crypto to bypass sanctions. Billions of dollars go through stablecoins for oil and trade, but for an ordinary crypto person, this means total surveillance. If you are a hodler of large amounts, you are easily spotted and may be asked for explanations. Security? Low. The risk of confiscation under national interests, cyber threats from state agents, and constant pressure. Regulation here is not friendly, but controlling. You are not a free owner, you are just a user under a cap. A normal person has nothing to do there. Now let's take a deep breath and move on to the light at the end of the tunnel, to the 5 best countries where a crypto person can breathe freely. The first in my top is the United Arab Emirates, in particular Dubai and Abu Dhabi. This is a real paradise for crypto business and hodlers in 2026. Zero tax on personal income and capital gains from crypto for individuals. The VARA regulator in Dubai and ADGM in Abu Dhabi have given clear, transparent rules, licenses for exchanges, custody, and DeFi projects, but without suffocating bureaucracy. You can legally hold, trade, stake, and even tokenize assets. Security is at the highest level, a strong legal system, protection of private property, low crime rate, and professional cyber protection. The government sees crypto as the future of the economy, so it attracts business with grants and visas. Many international companies have already moved here because there is both stability and freedom. If you are a hodler, your assets are protected by law, like regular real estate. No sudden taxes or confiscations. This is a place where you can calmly scale your portfolio. The second best is Switzerland, a classic that never fails. Here, crypto is regulated by FINMA, clearly, predictably, and with respect for innovation. Crypto assets are recognized as property. Capital gains for individuals are often zero. In Zug, Crypto Valley, there is a whole ecosystem of banks, funds, and projects that work with Bitcoin like with stocks. Security? Absolute. Strong banking secrecy, independent judicial system, low corruption, and low cyber threats. You can open a crypto bank, hodl in cold storage, and sleep peacefully. Switzerland does not just allow crypto, it integrates it into traditional finance. No surprises with taxes or regulation. Ideal for those who want stability and long-term hodling. The third is Singapore, an Asian hub with an ideal balance. Zero tax on capital gains for individuals if you are not a professional trader. The MAS regulator issues licenses, but only to serious players. This cleansed the market of scammers. Clear rules for stablecoins, custody, and exchanges. Security is top level, one of the safest countries in the world. Strong data protection, low corruption, and advanced cyber infrastructure. The government supports innovation but without chaos. Here you can calmly run a business, trade, and hodl. Everything is legal and protected. Many call Singapore the Switzerland of Asia for crypto. The fourth is El Salvador, the first country where Bitcoin is official currency. In 2026, after small adjustments with the IMF, they kept the essence. Zero tax on profits from Bitcoin for individuals, fast licenses for business, and state support. You can pay taxes in BTC, buy real estate with crypto, and live in a country where the government itself hodls Bitcoin. Security has improved, infrastructure is developing, and regulation is simple and pro-innovation. For hodlers, this is a dream. No taxes on growth, full legality, and even state bonuses. Ideal for those who believe in Bitcoin as the future. The fifth is Germany, the European option with zero tax after 1 year of holding. MiCA in the EU gives uniform rules, but Germany goes further. If you hold crypto for more than 12 months, the profit is not taxed. Clear regulation, consumer protection, and a strong legal system. Security is at the European level, high cybersecurity standards, courts that actually work. Here you can hodl calmly, invest in projects, and not fear sudden changes. Stability and predictability are the main advantages. So friends, we have gone around the whole world. In the worst countries, regulation either suffocates you with taxes or bans everything under threat of punishment, and security is a constant risk of losing assets. In the best ones, freedom, zero or minimal taxes, clear rules, and real protection. The choice is yours. Either live in fear or move to where crypto is a tool of freedom. Thank you for watching until the end. Like, subscribe, write your country in the comments. See you in the next episode, and remember, I am not calling anyone to do anything, and I am not giving financial advice. The only advice, don't let yourself be shaved.
Let's go! I run these notes like I run these streets, yeah. Checking the seat, never miss a beat. No downtime, uptime where I eat. Best in the game and they can't compete. I'm steady, heavy, nobody shakes me. Locking the block, who the hell gonna chase me? Proof in the numbers ain't messing with fate. I'll sign and verify, keep your fucking chain straight. Wake up, boost to the machine, I'm cold. Look around, every move with my posted code. You flex in the club, I flex in the low. Tickets to my name, validators on hold. Serious metrics, the rest mode, man. No breaks up time, I'm the whole damn plan. Safety's a promise, the rest all talk. Boss in the system, you step then you walk. I run these notes like I run these streets, yeah. Checking the sync, never miss a beat. No downtime, uptime where I eat. Best in the game and they can't compete. Validaros in the zone, never retreat. If you're not real, get off my beat.